A surprising and controversial team entered the Daytona 500, and is Tom Cruise working on a Days of Thunder 2? How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Bear with me for a sec. If you're going to be at Daytona International Speedway this Saturday, be sure to stop by the NASCAR Experience stage at 2:30 p.m. I will be there alongside NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Brennan Poole, and together we will be recording a live episode of our Power Hour podcast. First time I've ever done something like this, so if you want to witness history, if you want to be a part of history, as we're hoping to make this at least somewhat interactive, stop by the NASCAR Experience stage just outside the track at 2:30 p.m. this Saturday. Hope to see you there. And if you can't make it on Saturday, tomorrow night, I'll be live right here on this channel after Daytona 500 qualifying. So if you're not able to make the in-person thing on Saturday, hopefully you can come hang out with me and some of my friends virtually right here on this channel tomorrow night. Okay, I promise, that's it. That's enough announcements. Daytona entry lists are out. For trucks, Xfinity, Cup, I think even ARCA. 44 drivers are entered into Saturday's Xfinity Series race. Only 38 make the show. You do the math. That's half a dozen drivers who are going home early. Qualifying Saturday morning will be tense. Look, I'm already shaking a little bit. Jordan Anderson, driver turned team owner, still part-time driver, threw his hat into the ring yesterday, announcing that he'll drive the number 32 Chevy on Saturday with, get this, his father-in-law, Larry McReynolds, serving as crew chief. I think this is Larry Mac's first time atop the pit box since that whole Talladega deal with Jeffrey Earnhardt. Was that last season? Jeffrey Earnhardt almost won that race. Shoot, looked very, very competitive. Jordan Anderson, I believe, has some sort of alliance with RCR. Maybe they just get ECR engines. I don't know the extent of it. But we saw what Larry Legend could do with Jeffrey Earnhardt. He's got Jordan Anderson behind the wheel this weekend. Jordan, two-time runner-up in the Truck Series Daytona race. Don't forget. Yeah, Saturday is going to be wild. The Cup Series entry list is quite interesting as well. It features a surprising entry. NY Racing is listed. I guess they're bringing the 44 car back to the high banks of Daytona, though the driver is still to be announced. A short video was apparently posted last night by team owner John Cohen showing off the team's hauler, I suppose, and that really stylish design. Fans were able to pause, zoom in, enhance, and noticed Greg Biffle's name on this particular graphic. Greg Biffle has raced for NY Racing in the past. Shoot, he's qualified for the Daytona 500 with NY Racing just 2 years ago. Most fans assumed the Biff would fill that TBA slot. That is until Greg Biffle released this statement on Facebook. It has come to my attention that images of a hauler and car with my name and signature on the side of it have been released. While I had hoped to be running in the 2024 Daytona 500 this year, that will not be happening due to unfulfilled contract obligations from 2022 for myself and the team. I have made a hard decision not to participate in any races until the prior contract obligations have been fulfilled. I wish the team all the best, and hopefully I will have the opportunity to race again and win this coveted race. Signed, Greg Biffle. Did you notice that he still has the 16 in his signature? I don't know if that was just a copy paste of an old graphic or if he hand wrote that out here in the modern day and just out of habit included the old Roush 16. I don't know, just thought that was an interesting detail. That is far from the most interesting part of this story. It sounds like Greg Biffle didn't get paid, at least not what he thought he was deserved, after his run with the team in 2022. You can't stiff the Biff. Oh, what are you doing? Allegedly, I should throw that there. You can't allegedly stiff the Biff. It's kind of wild how often in racing history someone just straight up doesn't get paid and we all just collectively sit back and go, oh, well, yeah, that does happen. What? Anyway, I don't know what's going on. All I do know is that NY Racing is on the entry list, supposedly bringing a fully operational NASCAR Cup Series car to Daytona Beach, and they don't have a driver. Place your bets now in the comment section below. Who do you think will be the first driver to jump at that opportunity? Assuming NY Racing doesn't pull out at the 11th hour, we'll have 42 Cup Series teams going for 40 entry slots. Jimmy Johnson for Legacy Motor Club, Kaz Grala for Front Row Motorsports, David Reagan for RFK, Anthony Alfredo Beard Motorsports, BJ McLeod with Live Fast, and TBA in the 44. I'd give Jimmy Johnson and David Reagan the best chance at qualifying in on speed. Then in the dual races, anything can happen. I think theoretically Kaz Grala in the 36 with a couple of teammates out there should be in a good spot. Anthony Alfredo's a solid super speedway racer. We've seen that 62 out front leading the pack. We've seen the 62 flipping in front of the pack before. So I would expect the 84, 60, 36 and 62 to advance, but one big wreck happens and suddenly BJ McLeod or TBA in the 44 could be in position to advance. We saw it happen last year with the money team. That car, that 50, had no business qualifying for the Great American Race, but circumstances fell their way and Connor Daly was in the show. Those are my early predictions. Nice to know that there will at least be some intrigue Thursday night during the Daytona Duels. Before we get to our final story, is Days of Thunder 2 in development? You might be wondering about this Carson Hocevar shirt I'm wearing. Well, in yesterday's video, I put almost every 2024 NASCAR Cup Series paint scheme on a tier list. Just something fun, sort of a chance to see many of the schemes before the season starts, but also add some drama, add some controversy, some debate. A lot of y'all pointed out I missed a few schemes, some of which I'd already talked about on the show. I felt like it was redundant to maybe talk about them again, but a couple I just straight up missed. And Carson Hocevar was in my comments mad that I missed his Daytona 500 paint scheme, which was revealed earlier in the day. It's a good looking car. I hope you have a great run out there, Carson. So in an attempt to sort of mend that fence and apologize for omitting the 77, I decided to wear Carson's merch on the show today. Not gonna lie, this is actually an epic design. The little PlayStation 2 Dirt to Daytona reference. Like, come on, like I'm a PlayStation 2 kid. This is like right up my alley. Carson, damn it, making merch that's too freaking good. Getting back to business, yesterday, Adam Stern for Sports Business Journal dropped an interesting article. I'll link it down in the description below if you'd like to read the full thing. The headline grabbed my attention. Could a Days of Thunder sequel be NASCAR's next big media play? Adam Stern, usually very well connected. What does he know that maybe we don't know? He asked NASCAR Chief Operating Officer Steve O'Donnell about a possible Days of Thunder reboot, and O'Donnell mostly dodged the question, saying, quote, "We'd love to see that. The more places we can expose NASCAR to with a broader audience, the better. With Netflix, when they're advertising for us in the middle of Times Square right now, that's huge, and it shows what a great partner they have already been. So anytime you can expose the sport outside of a regular race weekend broadcast is big for us." Fair diplomatic answer right there. Adam Stern cited a few different reports over the past year or two that suggest Tom Cruise is at least in talks to develop a Days of Thunder sequel. Those reports have been out there for a while now, but Stern also notes NASCAR's close relationship with accomplished Hollywood producer Jerry Bruckheimer, who was apparently the honorary starter at the Rolex 24 last month. Jerry Bruckheimer, of course, produced the original Days of Thunder, which released in 1990. He's also produced a wide variety of other major movies and shows over the years, including my personal favorite film franchise, the Pirates of the Caribbean films. Absolute cinema, as Martin Scorsese would say. He probably wouldn't say that actually, not about those films, but he'd be wrong. Anyway, what do you want me to say here? That a Tom Cruise Days of Thunder sequel would be bad for NASCAR? I mean, I understand that there are many NASCAR industry folks who aren't fans of Days of Thunder. It over-dramatizes things. It gets certain things wrong. Sure. But guys, let's just break this down for a moment. A major theatrical release helmed by Tom Cruise with vintage 80s nostalgia based on an existing action drama franchise, that would be a huge success and a huge marketing win for NASCAR. Especially off the heels of Top Gun Maverick, which was also a Tom Cruise-led sequel to an 80s style action drama movie, and it was a huge success. Would a Days of Thunder sequel/reboot be successful? Yes. Would it bring in swaths of new fans to NASCAR? Maybe. It can't hurt to try, though. That's all I'm getting at. Although I will say, if this did happen, I worry it would officially start a trend of NASCAR being, tardy to the party. Yay, NASCAR gets a nostalgic 80s style action blockbuster with Tom Cruise. Oh, well, Top Gun got it first. NASCAR gets a Netflix docuseries. Woo! Oh, Formula One got it first. See what I'm getting at? That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is kind of an unfortunate pattern. Hopefully at some point NASCAR can catch its own lightning in a bottle and not try to leech off of other people's lightning. What am I doing? Well, that's not the saying. I hope it happens. I'm a Jerry Bruckheimer fan. I'm a Tom Cruise fan. Maverick was great. I'm a NASCAR fan. Would love to see a modern day sequel / reboot. But let me know down in the comments below. Would it be starring Cole Trickle? Would he just play a minor role? Would it focus on a new racer, a new driver character? Give me your hypothetical fan castings down in the comment section below. Have fun with it. I feel like this episode was all over the place. I appreciate y'all bearing with me this long. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We talk NASCAR every day, all season long. Daytona is here. Gonna be a lot of good stuff this year. Huge thank you to my Patreon supporters as well. Have a wonderful rest of your day, folks. I will see you again real soon.